like your brother Joe. How old would he be now if he hadn't been killed in the Civil War?
Well, let me see. Today is May 30th, 1894.
Jason McKinley Allen remembers a day from his own and Forky Mason's country childhood. Today in Against the Storm. We bring you another chapter of Against the Storm, written by Sandra Michael and presented by the makers of Ivory. Now, today is the last time this week I can remind you about the marvelous special offer new Double Quick Ivory Flakes is making. So please jot down on your calendar that today's the day to send in your order. Now listen, we're offering you a wonderful opportunity to get a pair of beautiful Boulevard brand pure silk crepe stockings at a truly tremendous saving. Yes, and we've selected these fine 3-thread crepe stockings with an eye to all the new fashion points, an eye to long-wearing qualities and beauty, too. They're full-fashioned, all silk from top to toe, and made by a famous hosiery maker. They're knit inside out, so you get that wonderful smooth, dull finish on the outside. And that dull finish makes these stockings very flattering to wear. And the color, it's called Tiara, a lovely suntan shade that goes with every color in the rainbow. And now about long wear. Well, listen, these stockings have a heel and foot that are designed in a different way. No side seams where mean little runs so often start. And say, if you'll remember to take care of these stockings with new Double Quick Ivory Flakes every night, well, it'll help you get wonderfully long wear. Lady, are you going to be thrilled when you see these stockings? Why, women just rave about them. We showed them to hundreds of women, and most of them said they thought these stockings were worth at least half again as much as we're asking. In fact, dozens of them said they thought they should cost $1 or more. Oh, but look, here's how easily and thriftily you can get 1, 2, or 3 pairs of these Boulevard brand stockings for yourself. For each pair you want, simply send 50 cents and 1 Ivory Flakes box top, either size. Address Ivory Flakes, Cincinnati, Ohio. Stockings come in sizes 8.5 to 11, and be sure to include your stocking size. Remember, simply send 50 cents with your name and address and 1 Ivory Flakes box top to Ivory Flakes, Cincinnati, Ohio. Allow about 2 weeks for delivery. And hurry, friends, because this offer is limited. Good in the United States only. Professor Allen is standing on the porch this morning, thinking, or at least feeling, that this is Sunday. But today, instead of churchgoers, he sees a group of children, 6 or 7 of them, walk briskly past around the corner and off beneath the sunny trees. Some of them carried flowers. All of them carried small, rather inflexible flags. The sight awoke some vague suggestion of a very old memory in the professor's mind. He was trying to get hold of whatever it was when he heard the screen door open.
Margaret? Ah, good, it is you.
Oh, well, now. Who did you think it might have been? Nobody else at home this morning.
Really? The girls and Penny all go to church?
No, they've gone to the song festival at the Soldiers' Home.
Song festival? Oh, my word, I was thinking this was Sunday.
Seems like it. But it's Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, of course. That's what those children reminded me of.
What children?
Oh, a group of youngsters went by here a minute ago. Flowers and flags.
I suppose they were going out to the cemetery.
No doubt. I knew they reminded me of something of my own childhood. One very particular day when Porky Mason and I brought flowers and flags out to the Civil War graves in the country cemetery at home. Goodness, Margaret, I can see that old place so clearly. A gentle slope of ground to the south of the church, with big old trees here and there, and the gravestones leaning a little this way and that, as if to make themselves more comfortable. It was really a very pleasant place, friendly and peaceful. Porky and I enjoyed sitting there talking that day. It was one of those warm, cool days, you know.
Very much like today, I imagine. And there were irises in the bouquets, and bleeding hearts, and perhaps a few early peonies.
There were. And we had quite a time there at the church, running back and forth to the pump and down to the veterans' graves, filling vases and matching them up to be sure the bouquets were all fair and equal. When we were all finished, we sat down to rest in the shade.
Kind of warm, ain't it?
You're kind of fat. I guess that's why you get warm when you work, Porky.
Yeah, I guess. I don't care, though.
Think we got 'em all about fair and even, Porky?
I guess. I put an extra peony on that one over there, though, Jason. Seems kind of lonesome out there in the corner by himself.
Looks that way. But I don't think you're lonesome when you're dead.
Well, gee, I would be. Nobody to go fishing with and nobody to talk to.
Well, if you're in heaven...
Yeah. Uh-huh. What? Well, I'd rather be alive, though.
Me too.
George Jeremiah Hewitt, born August 1st, 1845. Died September 27th, 1863.
September 21st, 1863.
Is that what it says? Oh, yeah, 21st. Aged 18 years, 1 month, 20 days.
What's it say underneath the dove? Flowers are in the way from here.
Says, died that others might live.
He was a soldier.
Well, sure, ain't that why we decorated his grave?
Gosh. He was just about as old as your brother Joe, Porky.
18. That's not very old.
How old would he be now if he hadn't been killed in the Civil War?
Well, 1863 to 1894. How long is that, Jason?
Oh, 63 to 93 is 30, and 1 is 31.
Gosh. Dead for 31 years. It's a long time.
Kind of funny, isn't it? He got killed like your one grandfather and my uncle's.
Grandpa's 2 brothers got killed.
I know it.
I'm glad Grandpa wasn't killed.
I'm glad there aren't going to be any wars anymore.
Pa says there always will be.
Of course there won't. Don't do any good to kill people, Porky. And it's a sin, too. Can you imagine shooting anybody?
Course not. Why should I shoot anybody?
You have to in a war.
Grandpa shot a man at the Battle of Atlanta. He wakes up sometimes at night, crying.
Your Grandpa Mason? That swears?
Sure. He cries because he has a dream about the man he shot. The man wasn't dead right away, and Grandpa gave him a drink of water from a stream, and the man smiled and said thanks. Grandpa remembers that. He cries.
You know what my father says?
What?
He says, instead of people going out in armies and killing each other to see who wins, they ought to get up teams and play baseball to see who wins.
Your father's a good joker. I like him.
But he wasn't joking. He means it. He says, it doesn't prove you're better than somebody else if you can beat them playing baseball. But it doesn't prove anything if you can beat them killing people either. And playing baseball, at least nobody gets killed.
Well, if you get to be a senator or the president of the United States, you can put up a law like that, Jason.
I'm not going to be president. Maybe you are, though.
Not me. I'm going to run a livery stable and get myself a team of the fastest greys you ever saw in your life. Oh, golly, how sleepy aren't you, Jason?
I think we both fell asleep, sitting there beside the grave of George Jeremiah Hewitt.
Aged 18 years. Died that others might live. Oh, Jason. And your beloved friend, Porky?
Poor old Porky. He got his livery stable all right and turned it into a garage eventually. And in 1917, he died in France. That democracy might live.
Did he have any children?
Porky? Yes, boy. I suppose he must be 26, 27 years old.
What would you say now? If Porky could tell you over again, there'll always be war.
I'd say what I said then, with more conviction, Margaret. It's just as absurd to say that wars have to be as it would have been to say we'll always burn witches at the stake. Heaven knows we still do our share of a different kind of witch burning, but we do less of that than we used to, too. It may be that man's fellow feeling has been slower to develop than his mechanical and scientific skill, but we're learning.
I hope we are, Jason.
Be sure of it. A new world, a younger world should come.
A younger world. That's what we need, isn't it? The honest vision of childhood. The same kind of unspoiled vision you and Porky had, looking at the follies of the world from a country graveyard. Sitting among the young dead, who never should have died as they did. Oh, Jason. Then, perhaps someday that inscription really will come true. In a sad, paradoxical, roundabout way. They died that others might live.
Friends, send in this very day for new Double Quick Ivory Flake special bargain offer. We offer you one pair or several pairs of beautiful Boulevard brand crepe silk stockings at a marvelous saving. These stockings are pure silk from top to toe. They're knit inside out to give you that smooth, dull finish that's so flattering. So send for yours and then take care of them with new Double Quick Ivory Flakes. You see how this nightly washing care helps you get wonderful stocking wear. Now remember, these stockings are available in sizes from 8.5 to 11, and they're made by a famous hosiery maker. You'll be crazy about them once you see them. So get your order in the mail today. Now, here's all you do. For each pair of stockings you want, send 50 cents and one Ivory Flakes box top, either size. Address Ivory Flakes, Cincinnati, Ohio. 50 cents with your name and address and one Ivory Flakes box top to Ivory Flakes, Cincinnati, Ohio. Be sure to include your stocking size. This offer is good in the United States only. Monday, Peter Alden, the young subject of all of Christie's and Philip's discussions, appears to his real father, but in an unusual dream. Monday, in Against the Storm. This is Richard Stark, wishing you a pleasant weekend for Procter & Gamble, the makers of ivory. 99 and 44 100% pure.